Welcome, everybody, to All 12 Courtside. I'm Harold Kuntz. The league race is coming into focus. We got only 7 games to go. It's really just boiling down to who can reach Baylor. And after this week's results, it's really just one other team for the league race. Coming up, we're going to talk about that top 15 matchup in Morgantown between KU and West Virginia. We'll break down the race for the Big 12 title, look ahead to March Madness and see how many teams in the Big 12 might get in the big dance as bubble conversation is plentiful. And one of the league's best players and the top NBA prospect out for the season up in Ames. But first, let's get to that game of the week in the Big 12. It was Wednesday night, Kansas on the road against West Virginia. Now, playing in Morgantown is always tough for the Jayhawks, 2-5 all time there. They haven't had too much success. And for a while, it looked like the Mountaineers were going to be in control, taking a 9-point lead with 13 minutes to go in the second half. But the Jayhawks outscored West Virginia 19-5 in the last 9 minutes of the game to win 58-49. What made it happen? Isaiah Moss. He got hot from behind the arc with a couple late three-pointers, and then KU started forcing some turnovers. And it was an ugly win for Bill Self's club, but him and Isaiah Moss will take it.
This is a huge win for us. We knew coming in, like I said, it was going to be a tough game coming here at West Virginia, so I'm just glad we got the W.
In the second half, I'm not saying we played great, but we actually got pretty good looks, and then we really guarded and rebounded better. And so, but you know, we won the game, but I don't know we would have won it unless Isaiah was in the game. So he really helped us second half.
Sure did. Kansas also beat TCU Saturday for a 2-0 week. They take on Oklahoma on Saturday at Allen Fieldhouse. On the other end, West Virginia did let go of a perfect opportunity to get that top-tier win at home where they were undefeated. Now they must get past it quickly as they're in the middle of a tough part of their schedule, and things haven't gone well so far. Let's check in with Nick Farrell in Morgantown for an update on the Mountaineers.
When the NCAA Selection Committee unveiled its bracket preview Saturday, West Virginia, the youngest team in the Big 12, was tabbed as a 2 seed. But since that time, WVU has been far from elite, and its inexperience has shown. For the first time this season, the Mountaineers have dropped back-to-back games. They lost at Oklahoma Saturday by 10, their 3rd straight defeat on the road. And then the team that has been so good at bouncing back this season suffered another setback against Kansas in a 58-49 loss Wednesday. In that game, West Virginia scored just 3 points in the final 6 minutes while committing 6 turnovers in that span. Bob Huggins hopes these setbacks turn into lessons.
The positive is I hope we learn from it. You know, sometimes guys do, sometimes guys don't.
These losses hurt the Mountaineers' case for a high seed in the NCAA tournament, but they can get right back into that conversation if they can pull off an upset of #1 Baylor Saturday in Waco. That's the latest on the Mountaineers. Back to you in Kansas City.
Thank you, Nick, and a very loquacious Bob Huggins, might I add. Now, for more coverage on the Mountaineers, interviews with the players, Bob Huggins' post-game news conferences, check out WVIllustrated.com. That's WVIllustrated.com. Now, the Mountaineers are going to head to the #1 team in the land. That's the Baylor Bears. They remain undefeated in league play and #1 in the country with only 1 loss. They are the hottest team in college basketball. Long winning streak for them, and Matt Roberts has been following along. KWKT in Waco, he's been covering the Bears.
Well, the Baylor men's basketball team is reaching rarefied air as their win streak has now grown to 21 games, just 1 shy of Kansas' Big 12 record of 22 straight wins set in the late 90s. But Rome was not built in a day, and neither was this winning streak that has now reached 90 days.
Each win has been record-setting, but why we've gotten each win is because we've just focused on the next game and that game alone, and really haven't tried to look at the next game or down the road. And as long as we stay focused on each and every game and give our best effort, we can live with the results.
We have a lot of moving parts and a lot of people who come together from a lot of different places, and I think that just shows how special it is. And I think you only go 11-0, 21-1 if you have the right group of guys.
Baylor is off to an 11-0 start to conference play for the first time in program history, with each player focusing on playing their role on any given night.
We have a lot of pieces on the team, and I feel like that helps everybody out. We can play in space. We share the ball pretty well on offense, so everybody pretty much gets a chance to touch it. So we all are pretty much happy.
Baylor is 5-0 against ranked teams this year and will need to go 6-0 to reach the Big 12 record 22 straight wins as they welcome in the West Virginia Mountaineers for the first meeting of the year on Saturday at the Farrell Center. That's the latest from the top-ranked Bears from here in Waco. For All 12 Live, I'm Matt Roberts.
All righty, Matt, fun times in Waco indeed for the #1 team. Now, the Big 12 race looks to be between Baylor and Kansas. Here's a look at their remaining games. They'll each have 4 home games and 3 on the road. The biggest game, of course, when they play each other, Kansas at Baylor. Of course, Baylor 1-1 at Allen Fieldhouse. Now, they also both in conference play with tough road tests. Baylor will travel to Morgantown to face West Virginia, and Kansas will head to Lubbock to face Texas Tech. Let's head west to Texas Tech now. After a 2-week hiatus, the Raiders returned to the AP Top 25 this week. Now, David Collier, KAMC, down there in West Texas, with the latest from the Raiders in Lubbock.
Chris Beard's Red Raiders up to 24th in the latest AP poll after a pair of wins last week, including Saturday's 62-57 comeback over Texas. Texas Tech has now won 2 straight in Austin for the first time since 1986 and 87. And they take a 2-game winning streak into Monday's meeting with TCU. The Red Raiders exacting a little revenge against the Horned Frogs, a team that upended them last month in Fort Worth. 5 Red Raiders scoring in double figures, and the team knocks down a season-high 13 three-pointers. TCU had just 12 field goals the entire game as Texas Tech dismantles the Frogs 88-42, the biggest Big 12 win in program history.
It was certainly an easier game to play when shots are going in, but I thought tonight we got a lot of open shots, which is a credit to our passing. Guys made a lot of unselfish plays all the way down to the end of the game, where I thought those guys that finished the game tonight played great.
I think we forced 20 turnovers, and I think we got some of those threes out of us making them turn the ball over. So, we score out our defense, and I think that's our biggest, strengths right now.
Now, the Red Raiders did lose Terrence Shannon late in the first half against TCU. When he appeared to take contact on the chin, Coach Chris Beard saying afterwards he was told Shannon might be in concussion protocol after that hit, so his status for Saturday's noon tip at Oklahoma State is uncertain. That'll do it from here in Lubbock. Let's send it back to you in KC.
All right, thank you much. Never underestimate a Chris Beard coach team over there in Lubbock. Okay, the Oklahoma Sooners trying to build some momentum toward a possible NCAA tournament bid. They're searching for some quality wins. They had a couple big opportunities in the next 2, but for the last 2, Brian Brinkley has the recap at K4 down in Oklahoma City covering OU.
Oklahoma entered the week a game below 500 in conference play and needing some resume-building wins in the final weeks of the season to give their NCAA tournament chances a boost. And the Sooners got one on Saturday as they used a second-half surge to beat 13th-ranked West Virginia in Norman. Christian Doolittle spearheaded the Sooner effort with 27 points and 12 rebounds as OU held the Mountaineers to just 32% field goal shooting on their way to a 69-59 win.
Pretty fun. It's a lot more fun when you making shots when you're playing. But, I'm glad I'm out the front. I was glad I was able to produce for my team today. Not necessarily. This is my 4th year playing them, so I knew exactly what it was going to be. Every year it's, it gets tougher and tougher and players get bigger and bigger. So I knew, like I said, I knew what it was going to be.
Lon Kruger's team got a split in the season series with Iowa State on Wednesday night. Brady Manick hit 4 three-pointers and was one of 6 Sooners in double figures with 18 points. And Alondis Williams had 14 points, including the big slam in the second half to help OU pull away and win by 29, 90-61.
A really good win. I thought the guys really opened the second half, especially with great activity. I thought they created some offense from deflections on the defensive end and really moved the ball offensively. Brady playing out of the low post, and thought Dew's energy from the start really gave us a good lift again right out of the gate. Guys making plays for each other, finding each other in transition as well as in the half court. So good win, and again, just have to keep getting better.
The Sooners have a difficult pair of games coming up next. OU visits Kansas for an 11 a.m. tip-off Saturday in Lawrence. Oklahoma has not won at Allen Fieldhouse since 1993. And then the Sooners host top-ranked Baylor on Tuesday night in Norman. For All 12 Courtside, I'm Brian Brinkley in Oklahoma City.
Thank you, Brian. And Oklahoma definitely gave Baylor all they could handle in Waco. Now, here's the latest ESPN.com bracketology projections from our guy Joe Lunardi. Baylor and Kansas projected as 1 seeds. That was also announced by the NCAA this past Saturday. Now, West Virginia, they're 3. Then you go down to Texas Tech. They're a 7 seed. Oklahoma, a 9 seed at the moment, barely above the bubble line there. Now, those 5 might be the Big 12's only teams to get in because everyone else right now, a losing record in conference play, which isn't too strong. Normal year, it might be around 7, maybe 8 teams looking at a bid. So the pressure is on the Texas Longhorns. Texas in serious jeopardy of missing the NCAA tournament for the 3rd time in 5 seasons for Shaka Smart's club. Roger Wallace, KXAN in Austin, has the update on the Horns.
Well, the story in Austin lately has been missed opportunities, and that happened twice for the Texas Longhorns. On Saturday, Texas Tech came to town. Longhorns led by 16 in the first half, but they struggled to shoot the ball in the second half. In fact, their last 26 shots in the game, they hit just 6, losing 62-57 to the Red Raiders. Then, number 1 Baylor comes to town. Longhorns were 0-10 all-time against number 1, and again, shooting is the storyline. Texas hits just 3 of 16 from three-point land, and they lose 52-45 in 2 games. They score just 89 points against Baylor, and now sit at 14-10.
Absolutely, I think we have what it takes, but there's a difference between knowing what to do and going and doing it. But we don't have a choice. You know, it's Iowa State on Saturday, and you know, I told the guys afterwards. You know, we talk going into the season about what we want to do and where we want to be. There's never been a more important game than this.
And Texas hurting. They played that game without Gerald Liddell, Kai Jones, and Jace Febres, and their status for Saturday's game against Iowa State is still up in the air. That's the story from Austin. Back to you in Kansas City.
All right, thank you, Roger. Texas has the pieces, just can't seem to put it together. Now, speaking of teams who aren't putting it together in the last 6, TCU, 6-game losing streak. They just aren't scoring enough points either. The Horned Frogs have only put up 88 points in their last 2 games. You got to fill up the bucket. They're not doing it. Coming off their worst game of the season here at Texas Tech. Cold shooting, turnovers. They were out of this one early. The Frogs were in Lubbock. Texas Tech started the game on a 19-4 run. They were down 25 at half. The Horned Frogs go down 88-42. That's the worst defeat in program history.
We built our hole and couldn't respond, couldn't step out of it, and so that's where we're at. But they played very well, obviously, and they're playing well. They're shooting the ball well, and obviously turnovers led to open shots, and they knocked them down.
And the Horned Frogs will play K-State in Fort Worth on Saturday. Some big news out of Ames. Iowa State guard Tyrese Halliburton leads the Cyclones in assists and rebounds, second on the team in scoring, but those numbers are going to have to come from somewhere else, as Mark Freund with WHO in Des Moines explains why.
Iowa State's had a tough season, but the biggest blow came on Saturday night. Near the end of the first half of the Cyclones' win over Kansas State, guard Tyrese Halliburton went up to block a shot and came down hard on his already gimpy left wrist. Monday, Iowa State announced that Halliburton fractured that wrist and will miss the rest of the season.
Had a good idea what the deal was on Saturday. But obviously the reality of actually hearing it hurts a lot more than just the thought.
Just terrible. I hate it for him. Phenomenal kid, special kid. Loves his school, loves his program, about all the right things. Awesome kid to coach, awesome family. Spent a lot of time with him last night, visiting with him and his family, and so I hate it for him.
I have the right to kind of sulk for a couple days and. I can be as mad as I want, as angry as I want, upset, but it's bigger than me, and now I just got to help the next guys up and figure it out from there.
Halliburton projects as a first-round NBA draft pick in June, so it's very possible that his Cyclone career is over. Halliburton's an upstart kid trying to keep his spirits up. The voice of the Cyclones, John Walters, captured this video of Halliburton sinking a half-court shot before ISU's game against Oklahoma on Wednesday. That's all from Des Moines. For All 12 Courtside, I'm Mark Freund.
Yeah, Mark, big adjustment for the Cyclones there. And Halliburton, in some cases, was picked as a top 10 lottery pick in the NBA. So his future is going to be very solid in the NBA if he's going to be a lottery pick for sure. We go to Oklahoma State now. The Pokes hoping to build some momentum from its first Big 12 win, but they faced number 1 ranked Baylor on the road. They had a little bit of an interesting situation going on there at the end with old coach Mike Boynton there. Brian Brinkley back again with K4 in Oklahoma City. He's covering the Cowboys.
Oklahoma State finally earned their first Big 12 win last week with a home victory over TCU. Trying to carry over that momentum was going to be tough in their next 2 games on the road. The first was against top-ranked Baylor in Waco. And the Cowboys gave the Bears all they wanted and more, shooting out, rebounding BU. Lindy Waters didn't start for the first time since his sophomore season, but he responded well off the bench, leading OSU with 16 points. But the Bears held the Cowboys without a made basket in the final 2 minutes and won 78-70. And head coach Mike Boynton was ejected after receiving 2 technical fouls with 9 seconds to play.
I need my kids to focus on the day, and getting better. It's still a process of showing up every day and working really hard and trying to respect the game, play it the right way, and then put a game plan together for these kids that give them a chance. Yeah, there's an opportunity to grow, to learn that, you go on the road and you can compete with the best team in the country. Then, if you prepare that way and play with the same type of intensity, we can continue to have success or have more success as we move forward.
On Tuesday night in Manhattan, the Cowboys got a big game from their big man. Yor Ane made the first three-pointer of his career and had 15 points and 7 rebounds to lead the Cowboys to a 64-59 win over the Wildcats. It was their second Big 12 win in their last 3 games after an 0-8 start.
Yor's been kind of an up and down. He's had an up and down year for us. I think against Baylor, he played 8 minutes and had 5 fouls and 4 turnovers, didn't score or grab a rebound. So when that happens, we're probably not going to have much success. But when he plays the way he does tonight, his coach probably needs to draw up more three-point shot plays for him. So he was really, really effective, especially around the basket and rebounding.
Cowboys are back home this Saturday to host Texas Tech at noon and then West Virginia next Tuesday night. For All 12 Courtside, I'm Brian Brinkley in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, Brian, real interesting there with Mike Boynton. He had 4 players foul out and the 5th had 4 fouls. That's pretty difficult to do, but of course the Big 12 officials are definitely doing the job the best they can. Let's move on to Kansas State. It's a rough season for the Wildcats. K-State finds itself at the bottom of the Big 12. The Wildcats have lost 2 games against teams also struggling. We go to Pete Francis in KSNT in Topeka. He's got a report on the K-State Wildcats.
The struggle continues for the K-State Wildcats. The Cats dropped to last place in the Big 12, falling to Oklahoma State 64-59. The Cowboys only had 1 win in league play entering Tuesday night. Now K-State has lost to Oklahoma State and Iowa State in its past 2 games. The teams that join them at the bottom of the Big 12 standings, K-State has dropped 4 games in a row, and Bruce Weber is taking the blame.
Obviously, I haven't done enough because we're not tough enough, and it's a shame. It's hard to recover now, but all I can do, the T-shirt that they had, family and stronger together, and that's all we can be. We can be a basketball family, and that's why these guys came here.
This was a game we were sort of really expecting and hoping to win, and we didn't, so it's very, very frustrating.
The Wildcats are just 9-15 overall and 2-9 in the Big 12. Next up for the Cats, a road matchup with TCU. K-State fell to the Horned Frogs 59-57 at Bramlage Coliseum last month. That's the latest from Manhattan. For All 12 Courtside, I'm Pete Francis. Back to you in KC.
And K-State TCU, a ESPN Plus production. That's at least what I like to call them. Here's where things stand. Let's look at the big board. Baylor on top at 11-0, undefeated. Kansas 1 game behind. Texas Tech in 3rd, followed by West Virginia and then Oklahoma, their Red River rival. Texas, they had a losing record at 4-7, along with Fort Worth's TCU at 4-7. And then at the rear, you got Iowa State, Oklahoma State, and Kansas State to round out the standings. Saturday's slate of games. We start at 11 a.m., Oklahoma at Kansas, and then you have Texas Tech at Oklahoma State. Could be tricky. Cowboys with a little momentum there. Texas at Iowa State, of course, without Halliburton. Texas needs a win. Your game of the day, just like it was on Wednesday, West Virginia in action. This time they'll head to Baylor. Hopefully Bob Huggins has them coached up against a very tough Scott Drew team, and then they'll round it up at 4 o'clock, K-State and TCU. No primetime games on Saturday. We are less than a month from the Big 12 Championship, which is right here in Kansas City. So we look forward to that, and we look forward to see you next week. That's all for All 12 Courtside. I am Harold Kuntz, and we'll see you next week, everyone.